afternoon, everyone. So in the last class, I was discussing about the decision-making process. So decision-making process is the process of identifying and choosing alternatives based on the values, preferences, and beliefs of the decision maker. Then we have seen that there are two types of decisions. One is program, and the other one is non-program decision. So what is program decision? Sometimes we do the same thing again and again, right? For such type of things, we don't need a plan kind of decision because you already know what to do. Okay. As for example, suppose starting your car in the morning, you know that how to do that. Okay. Going for your office, etc. So these decisions, you are not doing it in that way that you are planning it, doing some homeworks, and then come to the decision that how to do that. No, actually, this is a kind of what fairly structured decision, and which is repeatedly occurring time to time. That type of decision is known as our program decision. Then we have non-program decision. Like you are trying to choose a vacation destination. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to do some homework. You have to find out that the destination that you are choosing, is it right place to go at this moment or not? Okay, you need to consider various other factors to determine this thing. So you are not going for the vacation again and again, I think once or twice in a year, right? So it occurs much less than a program decision. So non-program decision means a kind of unstructured decision and which occurs less often than a program decision. Now, I ask you few examples from your side regarding this program and non-program decisions. Okay, you need to give your own example for this. So I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so if after this lecture, you'll write this and you'll show it to me. Okay, at least 2 examples for program decision and 2 examples for non-program decision. Now, let's come to this figure. You can see that this is a pyramid, right? And this is a rectangular shape structure. Now, at the bottommost position, we have lower, then middle, then top, and program decision is at the bottom side. So if you compare that, then this falling under what? Lower, right? Similarly, we have non-program decisions, and that is at the top. Okay, draw a straight line. You will find that this non-program decisions is with respect to top. Now, what is this actually? This actually implies the complexity of managerial level. So lower means what? Program decision. So this may be taken by some managers at lower rank. Then non-program decision, this type of decision should be taken by someone from higher or top managerial level. So program decision, lower, non-program decision, that is top. And why you know that? Because in the case of your non-program decision, this is a kind of complex thing because there is no structured way. This non-program decision, a kind of unstructured decision that you need to make. This involves a higher complexity, right? So that's why this non-program decision falling under top managerial level. Yes. Similarly, program decision, you see that repeatedly doing the same thing, it doesn't need a kind of extensive work. You easily come to the decision that what to take or what to make and how to make. So that's why we are classifying program decision as a lower managerial. So আমি কলো যে non program decision to at a top level and then program decision at a lower level. Now তোমালোকলে, for you I have a question that you'll answer after this lecture, of course. That what will be the middle level concern? What type of decision that will be coming under middle level of or middle tier of managerial level? So recorded lecture to পোৱাৰ পাছত তোমালোকে আনসাৰ দিবা যে এই মিডল লেভেলত কোনটো আহিব, টপত গম পালা নন প্ৰগ্ৰেম, লোৱাৰত গম পালা প্ৰগ্ৰেম, that what will come under middle level. You will first think, then only you will answer. So decision support systems generally involve decisions of which one? It is a very important question. This question is very important. DSS. DSS we have already discussed. So decision support system, a kind of automating the decision-making process where no human interference is needed. Means human is not now making the decision. Some machines are making the decision. Some programs are making the decision. So DSS actually for non-program decision. So non-program decision means top managerial level. Top managerial level means complexity is involved in such type of problem, right? Therefore, there will be no exact report, content, or format for this. Then reports are generated on the fly. Okay, let's come back to DSS again. So now we try to define this DSS with respect to data warehouse. DSS are generally defined as a class of warehouse system that deals with solving a semi-structured problem. Okay, semi-structured problem. Epinia more কৈছিলো তোমালোকক structured problem. One I have mentioned about the structured problem and about the unstructured problem. Now semi-structured problem. So DSS are basically defined as a class of warehouse system that deals with solving a semi-structured problem. So actually, what is a semi-structured problem then? A semi-structured problem like key. Obviously, য'ত এটা structured component to থাকে, লগতে unstructured component to থাকে. Means semi-structured problems are those where the stacks has a structured component, okay, a structured component as well as an unstructured component. Now, obviously, question comes to your mind that what is a semi-structured problem? Semi-structured problem কি হয়? In short, the unstructured component involves human intuition and requires human interaction with the DSS. The well-structured components of a DSS are the decision rules stores as the problem processing system. The intuitive or creative component is led to the user. ভালকে মন দিবা যে unstructured component, মই আগতেও কৈছো, in case of unstructured component, it needs an extensive homework. You need to find out that whether that place you have chosen for vacation is it okay at that time or not, right? You cannot decide it at instance. You have to go through it properly. So the unstructured component involves human intuitions and some human interaction. And well-structured components, you are not going to need that because these are some structured rules. Okay, বৰষুণ আহিলে ছাতিটো লৈ যাব লাগিব, ৰ'দ পৰিলে ছাতিটো লৈ যাব লাগিব. So these things, suppose it is raining, it is it means obvious that you need to carry the umbrella with you or you need to wear a raincoat, right? এইবিলাক যে কলো, these are known as some rules and these are structured. যে এটো হলে যে এটো হব. Generally, you know, robots work on this basis. Okay, so if we say that pick up the block, robot will picking up and suppose keep it at that particular surface, it will keep it. So some rules are there, and these are well structured. And these are not going to need some human interaction because rules are already mentioned. Now, if both are combined, then we'll get semi-structured problem. Let's take an example for this semi-structured problem. Choosing a site for a factory. This is a non-recurring problem that has some structured component as well as some unstructured component. যে তুমি ফেক্টৰী এটা বনাব খুজিছা, ফেক্টৰী এটা খুলিব খুজিছা, তাৰ কাৰণে প্ৰথমে তুমি কি কৰিব লাগিব? You need to find out a proper site. এটুকুৰা জায়গা তোমালোকে find out কৰিব লাগিব. Now, this is a kind of semi-structured problem. Why? Because to choose these things, it involves some non-recurring problem, like cost of the land, like availability of workers. এইবিলাক যে আছে, okay, these are some non-recurring problems. But what will be the quality of life? Remember, this example I already cited in some of my previous lectures. But what will be the quality of life is not decidable at that moment. That will be decided only when the factory set up, the area become industry area, and what will be the impact of that thing on human life, that will be decided on that. So এফালে structureটো আছে, কাৰণ জেগাটুকুৰাৰ দাম যিমান কৈছে সিমান দিছা, that is okay. But এফালে unstructuredটো আছে, তুমি নাজানা যে quality of life-টো কেনেকুৱা হ'ব পাৰে. So এই দুইটা যেটা mix আছে, one is structured component and another is unstructured component. So both of them together making this thing as a semi-structured problem. Okay. So like yesterday's class, I have asked example for structured and unstructured. Today at the beginning of the lecture also I told that, but I'm getting a few. But today also you do one thing, you try to find out one example of for the semi-structured problem and you'll let me know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is the question for today's lecture. You first think, you just analysis. So এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ lecture বিলাকত এনেকুৱা হ'ব যে it will involve some of your analytical capability. Okay. So you have to decide by your own analytical power. Now recall expert system from my AI lecture. Suppose I think I have not taught you AI, but because that subject is not included in your semester. AI মই চাগে তোমালোকক পঢ়োৱা নাছিলো নেকি? Artificial intelligence.
Nice, sir.
That is a very beautiful, that is a very interesting subject that you people missed. Okay, if time permits, go through it. Very means in today's trend, you have to know AI. So anyway, don't worry. The basic things whatever are needed, I'll explain. Now, AI our expert system to আছে, expert system বুলি আছে, পাইছা বহুতে. Expert system সহজত ক'বলৈ গ'লে suppose তুমি ডক্টৰৰ ওচৰলৈ যোৱা, ডক্টৰে তোমাক চাই পেলাই তোমাক ডায়াগনোসিস কৰি পেলাই ৰিপৰ্টখিনি তোমাক দৰৱ দিয়ে, ৰাইট? এক্সপাৰ্ট সিস্টেমৰ জৰিয়তে আমি কি কওঁ, সেই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ এজন স্পেচিয়েলাইজড ডক্টৰৰ তেওঁৰ সেইটো এৰিয়াত থকা তেওঁৰ এক্সপাৰ্টাইজখিনি লৈ পেলাই সেইখিনি আমি ইনপুট কৰোঁ ইনপুট কৰি পেলাই এটা ডাটাবেছৰ দৰে নলেজ বেছ বনাওঁ আৰু তাৰ একৰ্ডিং আমি কিছুমান ৰুলছ ইনফাৰ কৰোঁ যাতে ছাপ'জ মোৰ জ্বৰ ইমান হৈ আছে লগতে মোৰ চিভাৰিং হৈ আছে ছাপ'জ মোৰ টংখন কালাৰটো চেঞ্জ হৈছে চ' একৰ্ডিং টু দিছ টাইপ অফ থিংছ দিছ টাইপ অফ ইনপুট the expert system will automatically decide what medicine to prescribe for you. Just an example, okay, medical diagnosis system. There are several other expert systems. Okay, আৰু এইটো কোৱা যায় যে আগলৈ গৈ পেলাই এই ডক্টৰ চক্টৰৰ কনচেপ্টটোতকৈ বেছিকে এক্সপাৰ্ট চিষ্টেমৰহে কনচেপ্ট আহিব কাৰণ এক্সপাৰ্ট চিষ্টেম উইল বি মোৰ একুৰেট বিকজ চি হোৱাট ডক্টৰ্ছ আৰ ডুইং they are just checking your reports and based on that reports they are prescribing some medicines to you আজিকালিতো maximum এনেকুৱাই হয় okay তুমি সৰু এটা কাৰণে গলে you have been undergoing so many different tests yes or no কিবা এটা সৰু বেমাৰ এটা লৈ যা তোমাক কিন্তু 10টা 12টা কি কৰি দিব টেষ্ট কৰিবলৈ দি দিব so why not this submit these reports to an expert system and based on that what happened that knowledge base we already have that we have acquired from some expert in that area so we just need to go through those inferred rules properly and we need to provide those input and based on that we'll get a far accurate means diagnosis than a traditional doctor can means provide for you right so that is an expert system now I am mentioning the term here because this is somehow related to our disease. See, diagram to দেখা পাইছে সবে? Can you see this diagram?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is knowledge from an expert. So suppose more expertise কোনোবা এটা এৰিয়াত আছে I have some expertise in some field like computer vision or whatever it is. So that in knowledge being collected and we are creating a database out of it and but now we are not going to use that database for anymore we are going to use the term knowledge base for this okay then as I have already told you that some rules engine will be there rules engines and some user like you and me, we are just providing the input. Okay, these inputs are coming to that rule engine, and based on those inferred rules and consequences, the advice will be given to that particular user. So that's how an expert system works. Okay, so one more diagram for this. Query, advice, user interface, interference, inference engine, knowledge base, knowledge from an expert. You can easily see this. Now, তোমালোকলে এটা আৰু এটা কাম থাকিল যিটো question তোমাৰ mostly you will see NET or this type of competitive examination, you will find questions from this about this. Some more popular examples of expert system. Like you can see this Dandrel, Maxima, Machine, Prospector, RWRXCon. So please go through them. Okay, you'll find enough information in web also and that Alien and Riz book for AI. Go through that, at least 1 and 2 line for this expert system, write it. Okay, question ahise agote, Machine or report ahise, Dandrel or report ahise. So go through it. Like Dandrel is advised the user on how to interrupt the output from a mass spectrograph. Similarly for Machine. So kuntu expert system kihor karone bonwa hoise ebar sai lobak. Okay?
Yes, sir. Sir, India enokwa ase na expert system?
Kyo nai ase? The research is going on, of course. Bahut kaam hoise already. Okay. Very soon the doctors will be replaced by this. Okay, if it is implemented properly, then you can see within 10 years this coming into reality. বহুত আছে এনেকুৱা examples. Okay, so as I have said, this machine is very important one. এটোৰ ওপৰত ভালকে এবাৰ যাবা. It performs tasks normally done by a human expert. মই আৰু ইয়াৰ ওপৰত নাযাওঁ. Okay, এবাৰ চাই ল'বা. যদি কিবা টান পোৱা, then again I will discuss about the machine. Now, why I have noted this expert system here is just to explain you the difference between expert system and DSS. Is a DSS more কৈছিলো discuss কৰিলো আৰু লগতে expert system. What are the differences between them? This thing is important for this paper. Now, one by one, see first. DSS facilitates the decision-making process. What term I have used here? Facilitates, okay? But expert systems automate the decision-making process. And I hope you know that the difference between the words facilitate and automate. বুজি পাইছা? এটাত কি হৈছে decision-making process to facilitate কৰা হৈছে, okay? But এটাত তো পুৰাহি automate কৰা হৈছে. This expert system always try to automate the decision-making process. Now, next thing is very important that in case of DSS, we have an unstructured environment. We don't have any information about the domain there. But in case of expert system, you know that from whom you need to extract that knowledge. So this means what? That environment is structured. Okay, MCQ, I may design like that, that which one? DSS or expert system? Okay, DSS is working in fill in the blank environment. So what will be is it unstructured or structured? What will be the answer?
Unstructured.
Unstructured. Similarly, expert system, this is structured. Okay. Then in case of DSS, alternatives may not be fully realized yet. But in expert system, we have these alternatives fully realized and goals are often established in advance. And then next, DSS, you know that the information is collecting from the computer system, but in expert system, we are collecting it from some human expert and we are trying to inject them into our knowledge base. Okay, then last one, use goals and the system data to establish alternatives and outcome. So a good decision can be made, but the expert system can eventually replace the human decision maker. In case of human, means expert system, suppose the knowledge is collecting from an expert which have some misconceptions, then of course our outcome is going to be reflected from those misconceptions. When you may not get that accurate result if you are collecting the info from someone who's has means you know that misconception. Okay. So these are the differences between DSS and expert system. You note them down. And today I'm not going to further discuss some new topics. So I'm stopping right here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let me keep the